Okay, let's call this meeting to order. If you would, please join me by standing and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Okay, we'll start off with the roll call. Alderman Smith.
Present.
Alderman Quinn.
Present.
Alderman Schneider.
Present.
Alderman Saunders.
Present.
Alderman O'Brien.
Present.
Alderman Osborne. Present. We have a quorum. Let's go ahead and proceed. First thing on the agenda is to review and consider approving the minutes from the July 9th, 2026 meeting of the Board of Aldermen. Should find that under tab 4. We have a motion on the floor to approve the minutes from July 9, 2026. Do we have a second? Second. Further discussion needed?
Second.
We have a second on the floor. Is there further discussion needed?
Maybe.
Okay.
Line item 92. You want to talk about that?
92, she said.
We're just making a change to that. I mean, it was still in minutes, though.
Okay. We're good.
Okay. We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the meeting minutes from July 9, 2026. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. Next thing on the agenda is the mayor's report. I have nothing to report this time. Moving right along, city clerk report.
I just have a few brief things I wanted to bring up. Our lease is coming up on our postage machine, and I've provided the rate for the 5-year lease of $66.43 per month, and they will bring in a new machine, and this also includes service calls. If we have to have someone come out to work on the machine, the lease pays for those service calls. I did also get a purchase option on the machine. Of course, if you purchase it, the service calls are not included once you purchase the machine. And the purchase, the fee for that would be $137.82 per month versus the $66.43.
A purchase?
To purchase the machine. It's
Would it be a
higher.
monthly charge?
It's a monthly charge, yeah.
If you purchase it.
Huh.
If you purchase it outright.
It would just be that times 60.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So the lease is a monthly charge of the $66.43.
So it's half the price.
Yeah.
What's this machine?
It's our postage machine.
Postage machine.
Yeah, it's what we use and the license office uses.
Is there an advantage to owning it? Is there an advantage to owning it?
No.
Because there aren't any service calls included if you own it, correct?
Right. We lease right now and the service calls are included in the lease.
So when we lease it, are they gonna give us a new machine or is that just continuing to lease it?
It's signing a new lease,
It's a new machine we'll get.
plus a new machine.
Right.
So it really only, I mean, it makes sense to lease again.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm. So I didn't know what option you all,
Do you know what you remember what our current lease was?
it's, I don't know. It's not as much as the purchase price, I do know that.
So it doesn't sound like there's any advantage to doing a lease to own.
Well, it's twice the money for 5 years, and that doesn't, usually the lease isn't necessarily a better option, but
I don't think
It
there's no reason to
says,
lease it. I think it's in the credit.
let me see here. Also, a service contract is recommended for the meter in case a tech needs to come out. Without a service contract, if you purchase, the call-out fee for a tech is $450. That's why most clients go with a lease instead of a purchase. This is what Pitney Bowes responded when they asked for the payment option.
because the lease is 66 and the purchase is 120 something, 130 something.
Sorry, it's $137.82 per quarter or $81 per month to
Okay,
purchase.
but it's still,
It's still more than the lease.
$15 a month more,
Yeah, I think the
and
lease.
for 5 years, I mean.
I say we lease.
Yeah,
Do you need a motion? Or-
Mhm.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we lease.
We have a motion on the floor to do, is it gonna be the 5-year renewal lease?
Yeah,
Okay. To renew the 5-year lease at a cost of $66.43 per month. Do we have a second?
second,
We have a motion, a second on the floor to approve renewing the lease with Pitney Bowes, 5 years, at $66.43 per month. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries.
okay. Also in your packet, I've included a resolution agreement from UMB Bank for our credit card. I would like to add some individuals to the card. Right now, I'm the only active one on the card, so whenever Cindy needs to call and has questions on charges, things of that nature, she has to come get me and all that. But I would like to see if we could add Cindy, John Russell, and Rachel Young, the deputy clerk, to the card.
would those be unique card numbers?
No, we still have, we'll have just the one card.
Oh, one card, okay.
But
They would
if
be
any of
authorized.
those individuals need to call about a charge or fraud, anything like that, they'll be able to
They're all
talk
authorized
to them
users to talk to the service.
on it.
Makes sense.
John, were you okay if we
That's
included
fine.
you on
I don't
that?
know when I'll use it, but that's fine.
Do you want to make it instead of names, do you want to make it positions or not?
Can they do
Well,
that?
they're
I don't know.
asking for,
Okay, they want-
they need designated
They do.
officers, so they need the officers and the names. And when they call, they've got to answer some security questions, so I mean, it's not, like it's real easy for them to get through their account, but. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
We have a motion on the floor to approve adding, oh boy, let's see.
City Hargis, the treasurer, Rachel Young, the deputy clerk, John Russell, the city attorney. And Danette, the city clerk, I see her already. Second.
Need a second. Okay, I have a motion second on the floor to approve adding Cindy Hargis, Rachel Young, and John Russell to the designated officers who have access to the credit card program. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, the motion carries.
And also with regards to the credit card, I wanted to ask about an increase on our credit limit. Right now, it's at $8,000, which sometimes that's okay, but sometimes it isn't. We had to call recently to have a temporary increase because we did get the postage folding machine, and that was over $7,000 itself. In the meantime, while we were waiting for that to get shipped and that to get processed, it was holding up charges for other departments. And we couldn't charge anything else because we were right there at our limit. Now, they did let us do a temporary limit increase until we got that charge through, but I didn't know what you all thought on doing a credit limit in general on card.
What amount would you say is good to increase?
If it could maybe be doubled.
It's at 8 now.
It's 8 now.
Make it 15.
Is that a motion?
I'll make that motion.
For that.
Yeah.
We have a motion on the floor to increase the bank credit card limit from $7,000 to $15,000. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to increase the credit limit on a credit card from $7,000 to $15,000. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, the motion carries.
Analog one-time restore,
That's all I had for my.
T159G, net water.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. Moving right along. City Attorney's report.
Alright, so I'll be kind of one issue to go over for me. I talked to the mayor about the proposal to hire the other attorney to represent the city on the purchase option. I also talked to former city attorney, and he gave me a copy of the city's previous purchase option that we've done in the past on the same real estate. So, I mean, in speaking with the mayor, and my proposal would be that instead of hiring an outside counsel on this matter, that I work with the mayor to talk to the family about doing another purchase option like we've done in the past.
What would you think about, I think that there's some people on the Economic Development Tax Board that have more knowledge of this than I do about, maybe, could we have a meeting with them or something? I'm specifically thinking a couple of them that know, I think of some other things that this firm does, and just be sure that we're like, totally.
No, and if
You
he
can do
wanted,
it.
if the
And,
lawyer wanted to come up here and talk
Yeah.
to the council, he can.
Yeah.
But, I mean, for purposes of
I mean,
doing
we
a
don't,
purchase
spend more money
option,
than we need to.
yeah, I mean, we've done it in the past with our in-house city attorney. I mean, obviously, if we're looking at a TIF or something like that, I mean, there'd be issues that are outside my expertise, but for this, my thought would just be to let the mayor and I try to work something out with the council. But if there's more, yeah, I think.
I don't know exactly
yeah.
what is involved, Ally Bennett knows that there's, what all the firm does, like for city governments, I'm not knowledgeable on it, but if we can not have that fee, that would be wonderful.
Mhm.
But before, I would ask that before we like decide whether or not to do that, maybe let those that know what this firm represents better, come speak with us. I mean, we're not gonna start anything with them.
Yeah, no, if they wanted to come present to the council.
Yeah. And then and then They do something specialized. I'm not good enough to tell you what it is, but there was some reason that they thought you meant before we just don't listen. I'd rather just stay. At least
Okay.
hear from them.
Okay, I think you just have a meeting and
Yeah.
you all work it
And that
out.
would be great.
So what do we need to do in the interim to use this currently, that considering we've already voted on the other?
What we had voted for, this is my report later, but we were under the assumption that they wanted the check that we had approved for them. We then discovered that's not how that they would like it. They don't want to hold that check. They just want to bill us as they are necessary. So we haven't sent them any money. We're going to rescind all of that happened.
Okay.
And that'll all work out.
We-
I think great.
They were provided a signed contract per this board's authorization. What they didn't get was a $5,000 check because their email to the tax board, they do not require a retainer. They bill hourly only and then invoice monthly. And so
They don't anticipate that it's gonna be that much, they don't want that check, they don't hold those, so. I
So
gave the
that,
check
that,
back to
that,
them.
that works out in our favor because we basically spent zero money, but we do have a contract that has been signed, has been provided to them. I think what Mr. Russell is looking at is probably more than one option, which would be utilizing the work that's already been completed, might reduce the amount of work or hours that the other firm may need to spend on accomplishing this. There's several different possibilities. And I think that John's recommendation to have that individual or someone from that law firm come up here and meet would probably be a very good idea.
I think so. And it's-
But I think it's important that we don't start going down a path with what I call stovepiping, where you have, the council's the decision maker. The board makes recommendations to the council. So if there's matters that are outside my expertise, we need to know those in advance and be discussing those, and it coming from the city.
Are the owners still the same people as this?
Mhm.
So it's just a matter of updating the language
Right.
And the price.
and the pricing.
Negotiating.
And term.
Yeah.
This is a 1-year term.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but that's something, I think the mayor and I could work together and come up with a presentation for the council.
This one was like a year or so.
That was I believe that's about a 1-year,
Yeah.
1-year option. I don't know if a 1-year option fits with the plans or objectives that the tax board has. So, yeah.
What if we just set a date for them, whoever from the tax board is good, and the, other, I don't know, whatever.
Or if they wanna come to a meeting, that's fine.
Do we need this?
No, that's just an example of what we've done in the past.
Is this a matter that needs to be addressed now to go forward?
I don't think so. No.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's all gone.
All right, let me see. Is there any authorized guest speakers?
I don't.
Okay.
No.
All right, new business, A is dangerous building violation report, CDBG. A. Oh, okay. Okay, this is a document that requires the chief elected official's signature. This is required that the Board of Aldermen authorize this document. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah.
Uh, Yes.
It's basically because
For
we
the
didn't do all three
block
wards. We have
grant
to- This is an additional.
So what you have to have, I believe you have to have a motion, and it will have to pass to authorize the mayor to sign this. This is a list of 27 properties that are on, I believe correctly called, excuse me folks, the demolition list. And what you are doing is you are stating that these properties fall under one of the chapters as designated in Chapter 42 of the Monroe City Code. So they meet the criteria of a dangerous building, a public nuisance, a blight or a blighted property.
I would make a motion for them on the committee.
We have a motion on the floor to approve signing dangerous building violation document. Do we have a second? Second. We have a motion and a second on the floor to authorize the mayor to sign the Monroe City demolition dangerous building violation document. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Get that to me and we'll get that signed. Next thing is the 2026-2027 city budget. We've had a meeting to discuss the budget. And I believe what we want to do is we want to go ahead and set future meetings. Is that correct?
I just put it on the agenda to see what your all's thoughts were on moving forward with some work sessions.
You know, based on what we did back in January of 2026, when we established some responsibilities and guidelines for committees. The administration committee is the responsible committee for finance, financial planning, and fiscal policies. So we can do this a couple different ways. We can try to do most of the budget preparation through that committee. We can do it as we have we can continue to do it as we have in the past, which is have meetings of the board of the whole. And as long as enough members show up to have a quorum, they can conduct business. But you know, on those if there's a working meeting and there's no decisions made, it's my understanding you do not have to have a quorum as long as you don't make decisions. And so I think what I'd like to do is ask Adrian if you would, because you're the chairperson of the administration committee, if you want to go ahead and set those meetings up, or do you want me to do it? It's just, I'm certainly here to help in any way possible.
I'm game. But I cannot start before the 17th of August.
Okay. I think what I'll go ahead and do is we've got the audited results from the audit. We've already taken the opportunity to utilize those ending balances as the beginning balances for the current budget. And so we can proceed with utilization of the data that we have available to us, which will have some additional work to get all the utility revenues completed and additional ledger entries managed to have as accurate numbers as we possibly can. But that won't happen until probably late August. But we can go ahead and propagate a budget using the numbers that we do have and the current budget that was passed. And we can utilize the audit numbers as, which will help propagate beginning balance numbers in those funds, of course, subject to accounting. And go ahead and I'll start working with the individual department managers to see what things are looking like on their end relative to the labor content, planning for specific projects that may require capital expenditures. And we'll go ahead and start walking down that path to try to get as much information as we can together so that when your committee or however you choose to do this, we'll have as much information we possibly can have at that point in time to not delay the process any longer than we have to. The budget should be passed before the end of September. Whether it will or not depends on other factors. If we can get it done for the first time in many years on time, that would be. I think it's a reasonable goal. Whether we can achieve it or not, time will tell.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Fair enough.
So you want to schedule a meeting in August?
Let's start with, if you want me there, I can't be there until the 17th. If somebody wants to meet before that and just talk over the nitty gritty, that's okay too.
What day is that?
The 17th is on a Monday.
That would give us like 6 weeks, 3 weeks to get it
I
done.
think so.
6 o'clock?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay. All right, next thing we have on the agenda will be committee reports. First thing on the agenda is planning and zoning. I will give that report unless you want to, Jason. Okay, planning and zoning commission met tonight to consider a excuse me, site plan for an addition to a, Tom Bach, you here? Tom Webb? To a building, it's kind of like a garage to the nursing home. And it is the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission to approve that site plan. Did I miss anything, Jeanette?
No.
All right, so what we would need is a motion, a second, and hopefully approval of the Planning and Zoning Commission's recommendation to approve the site plan for the nursing home.
I make a motion.
We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the recommendation from the Planning and Zoning Commission to approve the site plan for the nursing home. All in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Nothing else for planning and zoning. Parks and Recreation?
Did the windows ever get done over there in the church?
No, sir.
How is the almost done? or-
Greg, you would take that, or you want me to?
I'll start part of it. They're not all done. There's still some progress being made. Matt's been working with Bob to get him to finish up the things. Was it Thursday and Friday this week that he was kind of planning on doing some more?
I did not hear that, to be very honest. He just has too many other things started and going on, and but Danette did share with me that he has not asked for any of his remaining money. I think he said that there was one window that he feels like is left to do, and I think that's what was discussed. And other than that, he's pretty much done, but it is a big one. It is a big stained glass. So Matt is working with him, and Matt is reporting to us, and that's what we found out Tuesday.
Okay.
I did unlock it for him today to stop me. We could run a drop cord out to work on it, so.
Okay, because I was thinking Matt had like a specific day this week that he was gonna be back and doing some more work.
Yeah, he
so.
stopped me and went off, I can unlock it, run a drop cord out.
Dan Mudd also said something to me a couple of times about the mural up here uptown that his wife painted, Sue, and somebody else, that it's needing some work, I guess, done to it. He said it's needing some TLC.
You about the balloons?
No,
The one right there behind
the
back.
original one.
Oh, the big one.
Yeah,
Oh.
I told him I'd bring it up.
That's the first I've
Whose
heard of it.
responsibility is that?
That on private property.
The school did it, didn't they?
Sue Mudd, that's all I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sue Mudd.
that's on private property.
yeah, that's the real estate.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
So it's not our responsibility?
I don't think
It,
so.
it can't be, it can't be.
Okay.
I'll tell him if he asks.
Oh, 'cause that's not.
Okay. Okay, all right. Anything else for Parks and Recreation? Okay, next thing we have is Economic Development Tax Board.
I just passed around this little update and we'll take care of that, where we discussed earlier, but we just need to, Jeanette, you tell me how exactly that needs to be done. But we agreed to send a $5,000 check to this firm and they don't want it. So we just need to rescind the motion to send them $5,000.
And I believe you were the ones that made the motion.
Okay. So I'll rescind that.
And, as far as the check, gosh, that's been 2 weeks.
You could probably just do a motion
I
to
think-
avoid the check.
Did they
Void
send
it.
it back? Or?
No, we never sent it to them. I had it, we needed, there was other documentation, and just so happened that we found out. So the check was still here, we have it, yeah, so yeah.
I gave it back to Cindy and she's voided
Voided
it.
it, yeah. I'll just make a motion to void that check.
You would need to make, a motion to rescind the approval of the $5,000 payment to Cunningham, Vogel, and Roast. Pending a successful outcome of approval of that motion, you would then need to make a separate motion wherein you would ask the board to approve
I think you're overthinking it.
You think I am?
Yeah, I think just let's rescind
Well-
it, and then
Well,
the next
here-
problem we'll address.
here's the thing, okay, and I want to clear this up. The tax board first asked the city for approval to spend up to $5,000 for legal services for completion of obtaining an option for the Moss property. That was one thing that occurred, and the second thing that occurred was to approve spending the money. So go ahead and do your thing.
I just
Rescind the
rescind
motion.
my motion to
Yeah.
spend $5,000 to Cunningham.
Vogel and
Vogel and Roast.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to rescind the previous approval of a $5,000 payment to the law firm of Cunningham, Vogel, and Roast. We have a second? Second. We have a motion, and a second on the floor to rescind the approval of a $5,000 payment to the law firm Cunningham, Vogel, and Roast. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Anything else on that?
I just had that, the CDBG demolition grant, its application is due July 31st, and Deb and I are gonna have a party when we get done sending them all the stuff, and Rob's already got to. And
I sent some financial stuff to her, like later this afternoon today. I think I got one more.
I think we're about done. Oh, the only thing we do have done is police department needs to get dates on, they submitted a nice report to send in, but that just kind of said, it was the date of the nuisance that was on the report. I have to have that like tomorrow. Oh, it's here. Is that doable? Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
Yeah.
Sorry, you provided a great report. We didn't know that we learn as they send back and forth stuff.
Okay,
But that's it.
okay.
I have a question on that.
Yeah.
You think the timeline would be this year to have
No,
that?
no.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's a long.
No, they won't
process.
decide. We might, hopefully by the end of the year, maybe we'll hear if we
We
got
would, yeah.
the grant.
Right.
And then they anticipated maybe early summer, maybe late spring, we would start to.
2027.
I know it's a long process, I was just curious.
Yeah, no, they mentioned November, December.
Okay, moving right along with committee reports, administration committee.
Oh, yeah, I got one more thing, sorry.
Okay.
There's a couple invoices, if you look in there, that are just for, I don't even remember now. Yeah, I need to pay from the sales tax. Oh, the website, we have an annual website fee for, we have a Economic Development Task Force website. That's $468, under 10. This was established, we paid this the first year from DTMC, donated some money towards the initiative to pass the sales tax. And so that DTMC paid the first year, but now it's the. And then the next thing is $100 for, we got a big check, so we can, when we do presentations of the funds that we give out, to just let everybody know what they're spending on.
Just these two?
Yeah, it's just those two. And I would anticipate from time to time, there's going to be some of these little things that aren't funding
Okay.
requests, from individuals with just administrative costs. of the-
Yeah, just present them to me and I'll get them in the packets and we'll just present them to the board.
Okay. Should we need an approval on that, or, okay.
I make a motion to approve these two invoices for payment.
We have a motion on the floor to approve an invoice to Munibit in the amount of $468 and
CW trophies and
CW
awards.
trophies and awards in the amount of $110. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, a second on the floor to approve these two expenditures, one to Munibit for $468, the second for CW trophies and awards, $110. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes have it, motion carries.
I'm done.
Thank you, Lori, appreciate it. Okay, we already went past administration. Operations Committee?
We had a meeting this past Monday and discussed quite a bit. First thing I want to talk about is we came up with an idea for industrial electric new customer policy to be based. Justin said that 80% of the transformer capacity is a good kind of a common thing to use for what usage they will typically use, and do that for the 24 hours. He has a formula to figure that out, and to make it roughly 2 months of service, so we get a good time frame, and also having the option of having them do a surety bond or a bank letter of credit even to use as a deposit instrument, and also have a dynamic review for the adjustment of the deposit if the usage changes majorly one way or the other, or if the payment history changes for the worse. We could go back and adjust the deposit accordingly. That would be for new customers, not existing, for industrial. And also, I don't know, but what are the chances of somehow putting a first lien language in there somehow?
That might be tough to do. You can't skip the bank because the bank's on it. They're not gonna allow that.
Would it hurt to just file a lease?
I mean, we could try to say we do that.
you know, I mean, somehow to
Yeah.
give us something.
For a second, yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I think you need to put this in an appropriate form.
As an ordinance?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Work with the city attorney, get the wording determined and completed. You may, Justin, you may want to, and Mike, you may want to, I seen that you were driving this, you may want to contact Dennis, perhaps, or Paul Jensen at MQA, have them take a look at, provide their input. They've got.
Because Dennis would have examples from what other towns.
Thank you, because there's many different policies that other utilities use successfully that probably fall in line with what we're trying to accomplish here. So I would go ahead and, if you choose, get some input from them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Get the ordinance language worked out with John, and then bring that back before the board.
Okay, cool. And then transformer for H&B Bank. We got 4 bids. One of them was a refurb, but of the new, the lowest price one was from Arkansas Electric at $11,254, and that has like a 16-week lead time, so that wouldn't fall into the next year's budget.
Is this the city's responsibility to replace the transformer? Yes, it is.
We don't have any other written policies anywhere, do we, that you found?
Excuse me.
Yeah, and I think historically our current process is for a new one, if there's a new place going in, they buy the initial transformer, but then we maintain the stuff after it's turned.
We're probably gonna wanna, at some point in time, get MQA involved and revisit that,
Make
because
sure
some of
it's
these
the right way to go.
transformers are $50, $60, $70, $80,000.
Yeah.
And we don't have those kind of margins in our electric rates. So that's something that needs to be revisited very, very soon. With the lead time on this, are you planning on asking the board to approve ordering it now?
I think that would be the best bet.
You would need to make a motion to that effect.
Okay. Make a motion to approve the bid from Arkansas Electric for $11,254 for the transformer that powers H&B Bank and that whole plaza.
We have a motion on the floor to approve the purchase of the transformer for the H&B Bank from Arkansas Electric in the amount of $11,254. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve the purchase of the transformer for H&B Bank from Arkansas Electric in the amount of $11,254. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries.
Okay. We had already approved moving the money from the copper scrap that they had gotten to their tool budget. And he came up with a list of tools that they wanted for that truck, and with a quote of $39.04 plus shipping. And that would be for, so they could have their a full set of tools on that truck, so that they didn't have to bounce back trying to get tools from the other one.
I'm very familiar with this requirement for when they say tools, it's really not, it also includes safety items, correct, Justin?
Yes.
So,
It's replacing ones that are damaged.
Right.
Worn out, their batteries are worn out. A lot of the battery tools are older.
with the amount of this, with the total amount of this, does this require bids, multiple bids?
I do have multiple bids on here.
Is this the lowest
They're
bid?
just done over the phone. This is the lowest bid.
Can you substantiate that if asked?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so what you would need to do is make a motion.
Make a motion to approve purchase of tools and safety equipment for the electric truck, the amount of $39.04 plus shipping.
We have a motion on the floor to approve the purchase of battery-powered tools for the older bucket truck in the amount of $3,904. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve the purchase of battery-powered tools for the older bucket truck in the amount of $3,904. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries.
And then, the remote control, have you gotten any, where was that?
I went ahead and sent it with the mechanic to ship it back to that company again that
Okay,
we did the first time. And hopefully they give us a quote to replace it or repair it. Yeah, that's kind of a mess.
I mean, let's see here.
This was the way it is.
Is it hieroglyphics?
Hmm?
Is it written in hieroglyphics?
Maybe. I
it's on
think it
a
was.
piece of draft paper. Or,
Yeah.
and the truck is still usable, but
It is.
without the remote, it's not nearly as safe, so.
It takes two people to run it.
2 people to run versus 1, yeah. We can go through this. Okay. Also, moving away, they're wanting, the gas and electric department were there, street was not there, but they're talking about, I don't know if you've heard about this, talking about trying to move away from Centos, the uniform company,
No, I didn't hear that about that.
because they're having so many problems with them.
We are?
Uh,
We're not.
You're not, Terry?
They deliver them, we wear them.
Terry?
May I interject, please?
Yeah.
Were you done with the remote control?
Well, he sent it up, he sent it up to have somebody else give another bid.
I was just bringing it up that we were having troubles.
How many bids will you be able to get, do you think, Justin?
I have no
That's
idea.
kind of specialized, I get it. It's like, not everybody does this. Okay, that's fine, so we'll come back and revisit that later then. I just need to clean up my notes here, folks. So you've moved on to Centos.
Right.
What,
They were talking about, well, for one, I don't know how long the contract we're on is. I remember Alex renewed it, so it might be a longer term. Any idea how long it is?
No, but, we still have some time left on it.
Okay. So we'll have to revisit that as it gets closer, I guess. Yeah, okay.
I think the employees that you are referencing are basically all from the electric department.
Electric and gas.
And gas.
And gas, okay, that's why Rodney's,
We only have 2, and I've seen that one.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we'll have to come back and revisit this. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Street Department Supervisor replacement, Rodney's wanting to try to retire. And I think finding a good replacement is gonna take a while. So we need to get this on Indeed and see what our options are. Also, Adam Gregory said he's planning to leave later in the year. He does not have a definitive date, does not put anything in writing. So I don't know if we wanna put those both on Indeed. Adam's thinking, what, September?
Yep, sometime in September, is that, so I get the house remodeled.
Okay. So that's not that far away, so maybe we should put them both on there now.
I need to be on there for application for both of them,
Yeah,
not wait.
do we need to do a motion for that?
We'll have a meeting in a couple of weeks. I don't know, one of the things that came up was pay scale for what you'd be willing to consider as appropriate compensation for the street department supervisor and also the gas employee. So I think what Danette had asked me to do was to do a similar study, or at least a review of the MML annual wage study, And what we've done in the past, whether it's right or wrong, is what we've done, is we take and we pull out all the cities of a similar budget, we pull out all the cities of a similar population, and we try to make a determination where we think we should be at. And like, as we've done in the past, we have presented that to the board, and the board makes a decision on what they want to do with the information they've been provided. I anticipate doing the same thing on the gas, and the same thing for the street department supervisor. And we also have had a request to take a look at another position, and I'll do that at the same time. It's not on the agenda, so I'm going to stop.
You can apply for the new job, Rodney, for raise the salary.
Yeah, I'm going to gas.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
I tried.
So do we not post those on Indeed pending the evaluation of the wages?
We don't really want to pay.
True, I couldn't remember if you can actually.
I mean, you could, but I mean.
You can, but you get more.
Can you edit the
We all
wages
used to
after the fact?
advertise without telling them to pay.
Yeah.
I know. That's how we did it for years.
But you just don't get as many responses.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We did it like that for years.
We would almost have to have a special meeting if we wanted to do it before the next board meeting.
Now they
Okay. Okay,
Will you, before the next board meeting, do you think you'll have that information?
Yes.
okay.
Well, and we would need to review a job description for that position.
Both.
Too,
I think both.
because we don't have, I don't know that we have a current health.
The last ones I seen were dated in the early 2000s or late 90s.
I did receive one from the gas department.
Okay.
That's ready for review.
That's fine. I'm sorry, Michael.
No, you're fine.
Go ahead.
Okay, police department administrative interviews. 38 applicants were narrowed down to 7 for the police department role. Interview scheduled for July 27th, 28th.
I was never made aware of that.
He was not, because I said I would do it, and I never called him.
So,
Okay.
Tuesday and Wednesday, can we do 4 on Tuesday and 3 on Wednesday?
I mean, that'd be very, very minimal notice for these people. I actually need to check my own schedule, to make sure that I'm even available on these days.
And it's the same here,
Okay,
because I think I have a VA doctor's appointment on Thursday in Columbia.
okay.
We can get you an answer on that, hopefully by tomorrow though.
Okay, you'll get with Adrian on that? Okay.
Please do, sorry about that.
Okay, and we were talking about a little bit about Lake Park and the easements and underground utilities. I don't know that we really came up with any in concrete on that, did we,
John, were you there?
Justin? With the easements and the road thing for Lake Park?
No, that's part of what we kind of decided, is that we were going to maybe need to discuss with John and kind of do a review on what had actually been legally set there.
What's been accepted?
Yeah, what's
John,
actually been accepted, because there's no existing roads, although, maybe it was Terry said that at one time there were some gravel roads where they're talking about now, but they're like, kind of gravel's completely gone now, maybe, but I don't know.
There's, I took a real.
Oh, when you say easements, you're talking about the roads, not the.
Well, both, I mean, both things.
They're not defined.
Yeah,
They're not clearly
it's kind of up in
defined.
the air as to what it is.
So we'd have to do, someone would have to do some research, I think. If you actually look at the map that the city has printed out, there are streets all the way back to the property, into the property line,
Right.
and
Yeah, there's
those don't
Kendrick and
exist.
Jaeger.
But I don't think anybody's found
There's
any ordinances.
Kendrick and Jaeger and some other street names back there that are on a map, but don't exist.
Correct,
I don't think they
correct.
were formally adopted by ordinance.
No, just on the map down at city, downstairs.
So what has happened, I think there's some questions that we need to get some answers to.
Right.
Will you work with the city attorney on that?
Yep. Okay, the gas meter for out at the airport for the main line coming in has been returned. We're just waiting on a date, unless you got one maybe.
He hasn't called me back yet.
And probably
Brandon has.
to be able to get it installed.
Last time I talked to him, they were full up, and as soon as he get away, we're going to do it.
Okay. And you're making really good progress on that, the cross-country line as far as cleaning up the problems out there.
Maybe he's got a book with pictures in it, if you want to look at it.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Are you done? Are you done burying that line?
No.
What?
We've done some impressive work back there.
All right.
We got quite a bit of it accomplished, but we still got some more we got to do out there.
Is it due to not having the materials to finish it up, or is it just time?
Time.
Okay.
Most of it is time.
Okay.
He just put the new teeth in the motor that we bought, so, and it is working a lot faster and better now. And, there's some people out there that want to cut our right of way and bale it, and I don't see no problem with that. If they're gonna mow it and bale it, I'm all for it.
Yeah, he did mention that.
Yeah.
As opposed to us paying wear and tear on the brush hog to keep it maintained, but we may have to, of course, come up with some agreement, like.
BP's already letting them do it on their right of way, and they're 25 feet away.
Well, I'm not a lawyer. John, you're a lawyer. If we have an easement, it's still their property.
Right.
They can do what they want to with it.
Yeah.
I'm all for letting them do it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, so we don't need to do anything special with that even. The new billing software is producing inconsistent results, including missing usage calculations and dates, odd dates, meter changes somehow has affected that. But it's getting a little better.
A little, we finally did get a return call from them after I
Okay.
showed you those one bills that were so inconsistent and you couldn't even explain
Yeah, I
anything
mean,
on
the
them.
dates they weren't even a valid date. Yeah,
They did manipulate our bill more to where it now shows a meter change on the bill.
oh, good.
And he showed us, a little more on doing the meter change outs and stuff like that, but
Okay.
it took some time.
Yeah. Did you find out anything about that inspection coming up? Any more details on that, Terry?
Oh, on the, public awareness and the
Yeah.
public program?
Yeah,
Yeah, he wants to do it the 26th of August.
okay. Is there anything the public needs to be aware of for that, or?
Hopefully we've sent everything we need to send to the public.
Okay.
Maybe the fall.
Okay. Then on to animal control. I've had several people talk about the stray cats, and long story short, Monica doesn't have time for one. We don't have a way to keep cats, and the budget isn't there for it either. So hopefully, these houses being taken down will hopefully alleviate some of that. They won't be able to hide. Yeah. So that's not really much we can do about
That's
that.
been a problem for 100 years.
Yeah. Okay, and the last thing is the drug task force contract. We looked back in emails and minutes and have concluded that there was no formal written contract. It was a verbal contract. And based on that information, the verbal contract is paid up through June 30th. And we want to go out for a formal rebid process for that. And everyone is welcome to bid. I think we need to work with John to come up with the bid spec for that, to see what we really want and some details.
And maybe people feel kind of give a talk about what they would offer.
Right, yep. definitely. That,
I'd like to point out that we do actually have a written agreement with them. It is called the MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, which serves as a contract, which has been brought up before in council whenever we decided to go out for bids last time. And then I produced them, and half the people weren't even interested in working here. The other half, we would never see. We would still be doing all the late work. They may have been $4,000 cheaper, but if they're never here, we're just paying somebody to never be here instead of money to somebody who's actually making cases. But we do have an actual agreement with task force.
Do we have in writing what those other organizations provided you? What they would cover in their cost?
I could try to go back and find emails. I doubt they're there because my email was an absolute mess at this point. However, I can recontact them and have them send those.
That's an old picture. He ain't here no more.
A big portion of this is jurisdictional boundaries we're talking about. It's not business as a normal business. We're not looking for somebody to mow the yard or sell us signs for the streets. You're talking about official legal boundaries in jurisdictions. You want to have a task force that's got as many jurisdictions as they can legally operate in as close as possible so that they can lead and take this information to these areas. It's not going to do us any good to have North Missouri Task Force who's in Kirksville, because the information they get is not going to do us any good here, and the information that they get from here is not going to do them any good there. The same with East Central. Whatever they're getting down to St. Louis to Columbia is not going to apply to us. And what we have, they're not going to care about. We will never see these people. This has been proven by departments who use these other agencies. That's why the Northeast Missouri Task Force has almost all counties and cities in Northeast Missouri, because they can track from here almost all the way to the Iowa border, because they have the jurisdictional rights to be able to do so. We bring in one of these other agencies, they're going to be good for inside of Monroe City alone, that's it. They're not going to be able to chase it to Shelbina, they're not going to be able to chase it to Lewis County. It'll be for here and here only, and that's.
Then what we need is in writing what you just said, based on what they can do, the counties they can cover, what they are gonna provide, as well as all of those other organizations, what they can and cannot do.
Okay.
Okay?
And we can absolutely get that for you.
Yeah,
yeah, that works.
we need it in writing.
Yeah.
We do.
Okay, we can absolutely get that for you.
And what they would charge, what they provide, what they can't provide, what they, all of that, that's all we're asking.
That way come audit time, then we've got,
I know we talked about it before, but what's the nearest town do they do Shelbina and Palmyra, the northeast?
Northeast,
Yeah.
Yeah, they do Shelbina, Shelbyville, all of Shelby County, they do up in Lewis County, Knox County. I mean, they've got a very extensive.
Paris.
Yeah, they go over into Macon. So, I mean, they've got a large connection, and it's with cities and counties that actually tie into our drug network, like the drugs that are actually gonna be coming here. So that's one of the big things, is the information they're getting when they're not here is still relevant to here, because eventually what's in Palmyra will show up.
But no, I think Adrian's right. Let's get it in writing
Yeah.
and have a
that's the
discussion.
biggest thing, yeah,
We can get on that and get that for you.
We appreciate it.
definitely.
Thank you, Chief, appreciate it.
How's your copier? Have you gotten anywhere with that?
Oh, yeah.
Is there a hole in it now?
Can we do that during
No,
his?
we have.
Can we do
yeah,
that during
yeah,
his?
Definitely.
We have found, yeah, sorry,
That was all I had anyway.
I'm sorry, guys, I'm trying to learn and stick to an agenda,
Yeah.
okay? So, All right, anything else, operations?
No, that's it.
Okay. Moving right along.
I have someone raising their hand back there, sir.
Captain?
Yes, sir. Just to kind of correlate with what Chief has.
Well, if we're gonna get bids, let's do the paperwork at that time.
Yes, sir, and I understand that. This is just information that I prepared tonight based on the meeting being held today. And this is just for your all's review about what my task force is able to provide and has provided up to date.
But I'd say get it presented all together. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next thing we have on the agenda is the Board of Adjustment. Let me take a look here real quick.
I think we handled
That was
those
all.
before last meeting, right?
That was all.
And we've had no meetings since that point in time.
So there's no current business on
No
that?
current business for that.
All right. Nuisance Board,
Meeting tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
okay, we have a letter in your packet from Mr. W.G. Krager that I think that when I read this, what it tells me is that we have not communicated. And this board has not communicated the good work that's being done by our nuisance committee, by our police department, and also the work being done by our economic sales tax board to address these very things he's discussing in his letter. So I think what we will do is see if we can't find a way to do a better job of communicating all this activity that's been going on.
Maybe
to address this.
we used to like put it in the paper, I don't know if I read the paper, but like,
I
I
mean-
mean, you're right, nobody has any idea.
And it's used to be in the paper.
I mean, we don't communicate anything we need to do.
Chief James, did you have a question?
So on that, I have spoken to him a couple of times. I think on some of his concerns, he's not seeing the legal aspect of it. That we have to find a reason that is actual health and safety hazard. So we've tried to describe that to him. He does have a lot of valid complaints that he has prepared to us, and we have taken action on most of those. However, there are some that just don't legally fall into a category of nuisance. So I've heard that out there.
Okay, very good, very good. I've had the opportunity to talk to him once or twice. He shared with me photographs and stuff, and I know that he probably provided that to you. I really do think it comes down to it's not you, we're not good communicators. We're not telling people what's going on. There's been a tremendous amount of activity going on. So, yeah, I know you know. I know you know. So, I just want to bring it up real quick. I'm going to move right along here on the agenda.
The manhole covers, is that still an issue?
Shouldn't be.
There are manhole covers that were in existence prior to our last resurfacing that could be considered problematic. We have a program called Mr. Manhole, which is a strange way of putting things. Mr. Manhole Cover Program. George Mammoth. And that's a budget issue because we only have so much money to spend for that project. It's quite, how much is it per?
It depends if there's concrete underneath or not. It's anywhere from 15 to 2,500 per.
So it racks up pretty quick. So yeah, I just wanted to bring it up real quick.
It's not something we can take care of, then I guess.
We
No,
can
and
in time.
We did provide, we provided, risers on every manhole to meet what, the
Contractor said he was going to
contractor was
put
gonna
in.
put in, and they put
For
in
thickness.
more than what they were supposed to, so then now the manholes are sitting lower because they could have met the manholes, but they added too much asphalt. So you guys got too much for what you paid for.
It's hard to complain about that.
Exactly, but now you got
And
bumps,
then we
so.
got more
And we don't have enough to replace them with.
Okay, let's move along to 11, department reports. First on the agenda for department reports is the police department.
So what were you saying about your printer?
Okay, so the printer, it's still more of just a box that sits in the office. It's less of a printer and a faxer and a scanner at this point. However, we have found a little bit of a way around that. You just gotta reset it every time you wanna use it.
This is the new one?
But we have been looking at some printers and scanners that we think will work, and we're looking around. It looks like most of them are gonna be right around the $800 range. And we can get something that is fairly comparable with the amount of output as those. For the monthly duty output, so that's what they're rated to be able to handle. As well as they actually have larger toners, so we would be able to do more pages with less toner cartridges. So that would be extremely nice as well. A lot more space worthy, so it would save us a lot on that as well.
Are the toners easily accessible? Like,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. The other thing is, the company that we are looking at, they have the lowest price on them. But it is a company that we use already for the printers in the cars. We know they're great for customer service, the products are good. And they're coming in a lot of the other ones for a cheaper price to compare with the product. So that's kind of the way we're leaning. But I think that would be a much better option than renewing contract going forward.
Who was that company?
It's Brother Printer.
Do you have quotes from them?
So far I don't have quotes. I've just got what we have, what we found online. So I haven't went out for anything official yet. I'm still trying to figure out what models are going to fit the needs that we need. I don't want to go with overkill, but I don't want to sell it short either. So I'm trying to peg down what models are good and then figure out what our best supplier, whatever that model is. Other than that, we had another pretty catastrophic week with patrol cars. Good side is it didn't cost us a bunch of money. So we had some rear end issues with 100. However, we were able to get that repaired ourselves. Came down to we were supplied with the wrong gear oil. So we flushed it out, cleaned it up, got the right stuff put back in, and it's running good now. We also had the lights go out on one of the patrol cars. We did end up having to spend $200 on a siren box for that. So it runs the lights, sirens, and multiple functions inside of the car. It was completely shot, wasn't running front lights, partially back lights. Siren was intermittent on whether it would work. We were able to find a 1-year-old siren box that was essentially new. It's only been used for a few months, still has warranty. Originally a $600 siren box, we got it for $2 installed. So we don't even have to install it. It's installed for us. Everything is working great on that now. And then we had,
Chief, do you have the receipts for all of those?
no, so I did, we've got one where I sent over, purchase order request. That was all on that one, and then the gear oil, we don't have receipts on.
That
That one, that's
invoices
the
from
invoices.
CarQuest and JC's.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've got invoices on those, so, and then we had, what was the other card?
103? No.
Yes, 103. So the K9 car, we are stripping everything out of 102, car with blown engine, since it is a patrol and transport, taking everything out of that. I'm gonna remove the kennel out of the back of the K9 car and make it into a patrol and transport vehicle. In the process of doing so, we had a slight malfunction with some of the electrical controls. We got those fixed. Didn't take any parts, just a little bit of time and getting some wires where they weren't touching each other and troubleshooting there. So that is back to running good and normal. Otherwise, we have in the past couple of weeks done a series of search warrants for several different houses and cars on narcotics search warrants. That did remove a good amount of multiple different substances, including methamphetamines, psilocybin mushrooms, other paraphernalia, firearms, things of that nature, which is hopefully going to lead us to more. So, other than that, that's all I really have, unless anybody has any questions.
Did you get your email straightened out?
No, it's actually, what day was that you came, was that Monday you came over and talked to me? Monday, Tuesday, somewhere around that time frame?
I think it was Tuesday.
Yeah, it was somewhere around that time frame. Yeah, I don't even have email accessible on my computer at this point, so. Again, talking with Tiger Hawk, trying to get that put back in, reinstalled. Their restrictions on our emails are getting pretty ridiculous, so.
Are those your department minutes there, or your department report? Is there anything private on there that we can't see?
No, this is just stuff out of the packet.
Well, I have a question. I seen a report, maybe I'm reading this up, but I thought I seen a report from Tiger Hawk or someone that there were several workstations in the police department that need to be replaced because of something. Is it out of date or won't update or?
Yeah, there was one of them that kept throwing.
Memory
drive was getting full, but it wasn't on this last report.
The majority of our computers over there were purchased around 2016 from state surplus, where they have been used for only God knows how many years by the state.
Where I'm going with this, Chief, is after certain, you know all this, you know, that they don't update the software. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm not a techie, but I could see where aged systems could be having compatibility problems.
I would like to think from a professional like Tiger Hawk, they could say, hey, your stuff is just too darn old. You need to replace it instead of wasting all of our time and money dealing with it.
That's kind of what they told us, when they came and looked at our computer, was that you all needed 2 new,
Okay. Yeah.
hard drives.
Yeah, they never portrayed that information to us, so.
Okay, I think what needs to happen.
So that's something we could go down and look at state surplus again. We do have a contract. So we do have a contract coming up for that. Normally, the stuff from state surplus, computer-wise, is good for about 5-6 years, and we can get it for about $75. So, I mean, we're okay with that.
If you get your stuff.
Yeah,
Is there-
we just gotta get that contract through, but
Okay, well, yeah, did we just update the surplus data?
I just sent it in today, I got it back from the police department
Awesome,
today.
awesome.
yeah, so as
So
soon
get
as
that
that's
taken care
officialized, we
of.
can go down there and we could look for, like I said, they're typically pretty cheap. They're normally only a couple years old whenever they get rid of them.
Should we ask Tiger Hawk that what we need to go buy so that it's gonna
You know,
work?
I'm
with
not
the
sure that's
stuff?
not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, I would go, before you go buy something, it's
Well,
not
just so
gonna.
you
No,
know.
it's not gonna be compatible.
That's not.
Maybe that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, definitely.
Let
And
them
Tiger
do it.
Hawk probably has refurbished.
Well, Tiger Hawk sold, the department my new computer for about $250. However, with what we do, we still utilize CDs and DVDs for evidence retention, and they don't have CD or DVD burner drives, so I had to get an external one at extra cost.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what you're
that's
saying,
That's a
we,
$20 add-on.
yeah,
so
we would need to
Yeah.
do that. Okay,
Nothing in the last
That's
10
okay,
years has
though.
got it.
yeah, I can't,
We can look that route and communicate that with them then.
okay.
Were you able to find out the language to get out of the Marco contract or to make sure it does not auto renew?
Is it auto renew?
No, it is not auto renew. We would have to re-sign, but that is in October. So I will let him know.
It doesn't auto renew?
I hope not.
That sounds strange.
Yeah,
Well-
they, so whenever we sign, we always sign 5-year contracts with them. And it doesn't auto renew because they have to relook at all of the data and pages and management we use to see what the new, package would look like. But I will get a hold of them tomorrow, let them know that we're going to opt out of that.
Please,
Yeah.
please do that.
Yeah.
Zach, on that copier / printer, scanner, whatever you're looking at, have you estimated like what the printer cartridges would cost for that?
Yes, so-
Sometimes that gets into.
I did look into that. So these will do 18,000 prints, and they are just a little under $200 a piece, but that is for color and black. So
That's a lot.
looking into the one that we do right now, it is a 40,000 toner. However, we replace it like once every 2 years. So, I mean, I think we would be on the safe side with this one.
Yearly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe a yearly thing, but probably not even that, so.
I was just curious.
Sound like a bargain to me.
Yep, that's all I have unless there's any.
Okay, Chief, thank you very much, appreciate
Thank
it.
you all.
Oh, if you need me to help with anything on that, CDBG grant stuff, just let me know. Well. Okay, water?
Do not have much report. The carbon feed gearbox and motor are in and installed, but the DC drive went out. So talked with the mayor and I called Richards Electric yesterday. They're coming tomorrow. They'll get it fixed. It's $780, I believe, for the drive, and then with everything else, it's going to be 12. It won't be over $1,500, and everything will be up and running again.
This carbon feeder is, of course, part of the water treatment plant. I'm considering this as part of the water plant upgrade, and we will be placing those expenses within that category. Unless the city clerk tells me she can't, which in case we'll do something different. But I kind of went through all of the definitions of what we can and can't do, and I think that will fall within that category. We should be able to go ahead and do that. Anything else, George?
No, not unless somebody has something for me.
If I may, Mayor, I got two questions I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
Progress on the leak detection?
They were supposed to be here later this month. I mean, I believe the contract was signed and they're gonna come.
Yeah.
And do it later this month.
Right, it was signed.
Okay. And then like progress with the new changes we made on our meeting your limits for, the chloramines or whatever it is that we're supposed to.
We took the second order samples and DNR has not analyzed them yet. We took them the 26th of June. I just sent a message to our caseworker at DNR, and she said that they normally won't do them until the second week of the second month of the next quarter. So we're looking at the second week of August before we get it. I did run independent tests, and they were much lower than they have been ever in the for the second quarter. Second quarter and third quarter are normally the worst for disinfection byproducts because it's warmer, there's more stuff in the water, you have to add more chlorine, and of course that produces disinfection byproducts.
Good, thank you.
I shared those independent test results with Dennis Klusmar, who was here today, working with us on reviewing the proposal we're going to give to the Board of Aldermen regarding the rate structure for both water and sewer or wastewater, if you choose to use that characterization. And Dennis also agreed with what you said, that the test results that we just did independently, this period is the worst. The whole year for disinfectant byproducts, and with one location being under and one location being
barely over, he said that's a very good indicator to him that we are on the right track. So I trust George, I also trust Dennis, so I got good information. Yeah, because it's remember it's a four quarter average. So
we're going to continue to be out, but by the end of the first quarter of 2027, we should be under.
Good. Yeah, I've thrown some numbers at it, and there's no way, I don't see any way that we will be out or be able to be back in compliance at the third quarter. But I believe the fourth quarter is our first chance of them samples getting our LRAA below the MCL.
It's been a long road and a lot of work.
Yes, but it's moving in the right direction. And then now, just real quick though, on your leak detection, you had mentioned, I don't know if anybody noticed in my report.
That's a lot better. A lot better.
Yep. So we
were running 35% annually
on the lost water.
But year over year, it was 10% lower, wasn't it?
No, it was
close to it.
It was probably a lot more than that.
Okay, I know it was a nice number to see.
Yeah.
So do we have a reason? I mean, do we identify something? No. That's.
It's a gremlin that we're still chasing. Were you going to talk about the determination you made regarding utility billing for water at the water treatment plant? Were you going to discuss that tonight?
No, you told me to discuss it with Danette.
Okay.
And I was going to.
Oh, you haven't talked to her about it?
No. I mean, I talked to her before I talked to you.
Does it require us to do anything?
I don't think it did. Do you think it does? So.
I've got to really listen to it.
Okay, so the water.
With me, yeah.
Oh, did you want me to discuss it here real quick, or do you just want me to talk to? Actually, it might be easier if you come out and I can point and show you. We're currently drawing all of our processed water.
We'll let you two handle this. And then you can come back to the board, or she can come back to the board and tell us what we do. All right, next thing we have is, electric.
We covered everything in the operations meeting, so I don't really have anything else unless anybody has any questions.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Gas?
Only got a couple things. One of them we've already addressed about hiring another employee. And Scott and Adam both have completed their training and are qualified to run the gas department legally now. So when we can discuss raises, I guess we can take this in consideration now.
Budget meeting.
The admin meeting out.
Yeah.
Anybody, if you don't want to look at all the stuff that they gotta go through, it's a pain in the ass. It
I see
is.
your agenda.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Does anybody want to see it? Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, looks like you guys have been taking a lot of pictures.
I wish I would've gotten one before we started taking the brush out. It would've, he's seen it before we got it all out.
We might be able to put up on Google Earth.
Yeah.
My response was take me back to town. There's a lot of work that's been done out there. Terry, expand on that just a little bit. Prior to you all starting to work on clearing that easement, how many years before your start had it been done last?
Well, since I've been here in '84, I don't think they ever did it.
A long time.
We had a company that was working for BP call me one time and asked if they could do it. And I could never get them to nail them down for a price. And I said, well, I can't give you guys authorization to do it without a number.
Probably hard to put a price on something that big.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can only imagine it'd be very, very difficult to do. The thing that caught my attention is seeing that how much of that 300 PSI, is that 6-inch pipe?
6-inch pipe, yeah.
How much of that was exposed to everything? It shocked me because we're responsible for it. It belongs to the city of Monroe City. It's our easement.
I got a question for you.
It was quite an eye opener.
If an easement says that you have 20 feet from the center of the pipe, does that mean 20 feet both directions?
Typically.
Okay, we've been going on 10 feet.
Yeah, well.
20 feet total, because.
Usually, I don't send it to me, but that's usually what it is.
Okay, well, we wasn't sure, so I just said, well, 20 feet, we'll get a vehicle down through there, so we'll clear it to 20 feet all the way through. But if it's 40 feet, that's a whole new ballgame. All right.
I mean, and I guess.
Okay.
Go.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't know, I was wondering if like regulatory, if you have to have the entire easement cleared or just enough to make sure that you can access it.
The state wanted to clear it to where we could get over the top of it and leak survey.
So we wouldn't
20
necessarily have to
feet
clear
would give us-
40 feet, 20 feet. would be-
And a lot of times they'll give you a wider easement for construction and then narrow it back down
For
operations.
operations. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just figured that's what they did, is they gave us the 40 feet for the construction and then brought it back to 20. I don't know. You need to look at it.
Yeah, I'll look at that.
Thank you, Terry.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Street.
I didn't really have nothing, just summer help's getting ready to wind down. One's leaving Friday, one's the next Friday. Only thing, Mr. Damon Booth, he's working on the cemetery headstones, so. Besides that, I got nothing.
Thank you for fixing the projector.
Oh, yeah, it looks like it's, yeah. Jeanette got her aimed. She turned it on so we can make sure it ain't right.
She's been pointing straight up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do one of the reports, so, building inspectors,
They just
He just left.
just left, well, I understand that.
I get it.
Okay, the airport, okay, I'm gonna do airport. So, for those of you who are aware, this week is Oshkosh. So far, we've sold 700 gallons of fuel this week. The street department came out and filled in a ditch on the east end of the grass runway and installed gravel that we had to go purchase on my authority to make that water run out into the gravel. And had a lot of comments from people who have came into the airport this week, commenting on the appearance of the airport, and it looks very, very nice. Thank you, Rodney and crew. And also the fire department was there this week, and I don't know what that was about. Anyway, that's the report for airport. Report for the airport. That sounds funny. The report for the airport. Next thing is Mosswood.
There was a letter in some of the stuff. Was it email from about Mosswood?
You want to talk about that?
Well, I don't know. If we were going to, I was wondering if you wanted to.
Here's what happens. There's and Kevin knows more about it than I do. George knows about it more than I do. And the city attorney is the one that brought to our attention. There's a pump that they use to pump water from the stream into the lake to maintain the lake level. Well, if we had a few $100,000, we could get the lake dug out, and it would be awesome, but we don't. So the pump is out there pumping quite a bit of water out onto the ground, in addition to pumping water into the lake. And so they requested George to come out and take a look at it, and it's not a city water treatment or city water distribution issue. And so what needs to happen, in my opinion, is and I sent this out to all the board members to get some input. I think Mike responded back, inform the fine folks out at Mosswood to go get some quotes and get them up to us, and we'll get somebody working on it. I don't know what else to do. Because even George would have to get somebody else to come in and do it. So, what's your all's thoughts? I mean, that makes sense? Let them get the quotes and
Do we
let us
tell
know.
them to do that? We tell them to do that, or?
What do you think it's gonna cost?
I don't know exactly what's the matter with it.
Well, if you had to replace the pump, what would it cost?
Well, they just did something with the motor. They just reinstalled the motor I think it might have been this spring. Is Terry still here?
No.
Because Terry was involved with that.
Okay.
In the reinstallation of because they had to have the motor redone or something, so.
This could cost some money.
It could cost, yeah, if it's the entire pump or the motor, I think the one out at the water plant, which is same size and everything, was like 15,000.
Well, I hope they can fix the packing on this one.
One piece.
No, they're two separate pieces.
Okay.
Who fixes stuff like that? Richards?
Richards could, yeah, but they normally suggest you go with like Vandeventer or Flynn drilling. Because it's a flight pump, and Vandeventer is the rep for
Who would be the person in charge of
I
talk?
just assume you tell the Mosswood board.
Yeah, Mosswood board.
Mosswood board. Okay.
Just get in touch with Devin.
Who's gonna contact the Mosswood board?
I don't mind giving the information, but I don't know what to tell them.
Did you get some bids?
And do we have contact information for anyone out there?
I have Tom Winkings, I can get a hold
Tom's
of
gonna
him.
be the one.
Get a hold of Tom and see if y'all can figure something out. I hate to ask you to do that, but
He asked me to do a lot of other things, so no big deal.
let's just move right along.
Wow.
Good one, George. I'll be sure and write that one down. Okay, next thing we have on the agenda is presentation of bills and approval of payments. Tab 12.
On that, tax payment, this took them that long to realize?
In 21,
Yeah.
there was a unpaid payroll tax to the IRS from 2021. So
And
we're paying that with interest.
Yeah, and they didn't.
how much is that one?
9,000 something.
$9,705.42.
How much was our interest, you any idea?
What?
How much was the interest that we paid?
It wasn't as bad as I
Really?
thought it was gonna be
Well, that's good.
for being, yeah. I think it was a little over 1,000,
Oh,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think this is the last one?
We have no clue. We don't have any idea.
Can they tell us that? Can you tell us what we filed and what we haven't filed?
Apparently, they're so far behind on.
Do we pay
It sure
through
sounds like they're
TPS?
behind to me. 'Cause
We do now.
But we didn't back then?
I don't know what, evidently they didn't pay him at all back then.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, on our EFTPS account,
You get
can you
confirmation.
go
A
back
record
and see
for the
the,
city. I'll ask Cindy to look at
because
it.
you can look in the website and see
If there's missing
your
months.
previous payments.
There's missing months?
Right.
Okay.
Oh my.
Or you just check which ones you paid, and if
Right,
the month you haven't paid, then
exactly.
you know it's missing.
I'll have Cindy look at it.
Yeah,
Good idea.
but if you log into EFTPS,
Yeah.
she can,
You have the bike speed bill.
What?
You have the bike speed bill with you.
I'm curious as to what they're up to now. How's your internet there, George?
Everything's on Mark Twain,
Okay.
and so it's been good since the weather's kind of changed.
You know, I got to thinking, maybe that antenna is loose.
I don't know, they just installed it, and I'm not gonna get up there and shake
Well,
it.
can you like take a broom and just, see if it's loose?
I'll
Make a motion to
I'll need a
approve
ladder.
accounts payable.
Oh, really?
It's all the way up
I'll
close to
second
the
it.
peak.
Thank you.
Oh,
There's a motion and second on the floor to approve bills payable.
First, second.
We have a motion on the floor to approve bills payable. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, the motion carries. Unfinished business?
so we can kill the DSL out there.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. Anything?
Again.
Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Okay, we had tentatively planned to have a closed session tonight. However, when I read what the description of the closed session is, it does not align with what we were going to do.
I noticed that too.
Huh?
Oh, darn.
I noticed that. I think it's close enough to personnel. I think it's close enough.
We must not be on this.
I thought it was for confidential discussions with our attorney, and the second one was going to be contract.
There is not anything in the sunshine law that mentions going into closed session for contracts. You can go into closed session for conversations with your attorney.
That's what we're doing, or what
and
we
it should
planned
be
on doing.
there. And 1 and 3 should be quoted on your agenda. Maybe you don't have the updated agenda. in your
Maybe I
packet.
don't.
Okay,
Yeah, well,
here's the,
three's on here, just three.
This is the one from 7:22 in the morning.
It needs to be the one that was posted, regardless of what I got.
There we go. We're good.
Thank you. 12, we are going to go into closed session pursuant to RSMO 610.021, 1 and 3. Any confidential or privileged communication between a public governmental body or its representatives and its attorneys, and hiring, firing, disciplining, or promoting of critical employees by a governmental body when personal information about the employees discussed or recorded. Do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Is this by voice?
Alderman Smith,
Yes.
Alderman Schneider,
Yes.
Alderman O'Brien,
Yes.
Alderman Osborne,
Yes.
Alderman Saunders,
Yes.
Alderman Quinn.
Yes.